Understanding rotations, lesson 19 notes, example number 3. Rotate quadrilateral JKLM 270 degrees clockwise about the origin. Label the image J prime, K prime, L prime, M prime. Verify that the pre-image and the image are congruent. So I already got a head start. I already wrote down the original points for JKLM. Now, if you look how I kind of have my paper spaced here, that's because we're going to be writing something in this area. We're going to be writing something in this area, and we're going to be writing something here at the bottom. So you got to make sure you have enough space to write all that. So please write really small and try to fit in those original points up top. So go ahead and pause your video and write down JKLM. Okay, so 270 degrees clockwise. 270 degrees clockwise. Let's go up to our chart here. Here's clockwise, and then here is our 270 degrees. So for 270 degrees clockwise, the rotation is going to look like negative yx. Negative yx. So right here, I would like you to put negative yx. Okay, now this, I know this is strange, but we're going to be taking these ordered pairs right here, and we're going to be flipping them around. Whatever the y-coordinate is, it's going to become the x-coordinate. Whatever the x-coordinate wants, it's going to become the y-coordinate. Except we're also going to be taking the opposite of the y-coordinate. So it is negative yx. Sorry, I'm going to rewrite this y. Excuse me. Okay, so that means these are my y-coordinates. Those are my y-coordinates. They're going to become my x-coordinates, but I have to take the opposite of them. I'm going to take the opposite of them. So for j, the negative 2 will become positive 2. For k prime, the negative 2 will become positive 2. L prime, the negative 4 will become positive 4. M prime, the negative 4 will become positive 4. Now, it says x because I take my x coordinates and I'm not changing them. There's not a negative sign in front of the x. It's not the opposite. It's the exact same numbers. So if the x was negative 6 for j, then the y coordinate becomes negative 6 for j prime. For k, it was negative 1, so it stays negative 1. L was negative 1, stays negative 1. M, negative 6 stays negative 6. So we take these, we flip them around, and we took the opposite of whatever the original y-coordinate was. So we took the opposite of all of those. Okay, let's plot our j prime, k prime, l prime, m prime. Now this is rotating, so it's going to look a little different. It's not going to have the same orientation. So 2, negative 6. I've got 2, negative 1. This would be j prime. This is b k prime. L is 4, negative 1. And m is 4, negative 6. M prime. All right, so now, guys, remember, if you use school or Notability, if you write those and then hold it at the end, it'll draw a rectangle for you. And then if you need to, you can move these around so they line up with the grid lines. Okay, so there is j prime, k prime, l prime, m prime. All right, now we have to verify that the pre-image and the image are congruent. We've done this in the translation notes. We did this in the reflection notes. So we've done this before. So I'm going to try to make it as quick and painless as possible. All right. The length of JK is 5 units. KL, 2 units. LM, 5 units. MJ, 2 units. K prime, L prime, 2 units. L prime, M prime, 5 units. M prime, J prime, 2 units. J prime, K prime, 5 units. And because these are rectangles, each angle meets at a 90 degree. So remember, this is where we have to prove that all the angles are congruent. We have to prove that all the side lengths are all the sides are congruent. And if we do that, then we can prove that all corresponding parts are congruent. So, yep, I cheated. So here you go. The measure of angle J equals the measure of angle K, which equals the measure of angle L, equals the measure of angle M, which equals the measure of angle J prime, which equals the measure of angle K prime, which equals the measure of angle L prime, which equals the measure of angle M prime, which all equal 90 degrees. And because every single angle is 90 degrees, I can therefore say that angle J is congruent to angle K, is congruent to angle L, is congruent to angle M, is congruent to angle J prime, is congruent to angle K prime, is congruent to angle L prime, is congruent to angle M prime. Go ahead, pause your video, get that all written down. Okay, now the sides. Again, yes, I cheated. The length of JK equals the length of J prime K prime, which equals 5 units. Therefore, JK is congruent to J prime K prime. The length of KL equals the length of K prime L prime, which equals 2 units. Therefore, KL is congruent to K prime L prime. The length of LM equals the length of L prime M prime, which equals 5 units. Therefore, LM is congruent to L prime M prime. The length of MJ equals the length of M prime J prime, which equals 2 units. Therefore, MJ is congruent to M prime J prime. And in those two statements there, we have proven that up here, all the corresponding angles are congruent. Here we prove that all the corresponding sides are congruent. Therefore, we prove that all corresponding parts are congruent. And because of all corresponding parts are congruent, we can state that rectangle JKLM is congruent to rectangle J prime, K prime, L prime, M prime. All right, pause your video, get the rest of that written down. If you have any questions, please let me know. One more thing, I'm going to erase these up here. Again, if you have any questions, let me know.